All right, as I said, good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. This is the village board meeting for the Village of Willow Springs. The time is 7 o'clock. The date is November 14th, 2020. Order. Madam Clerk Charles, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Ara,
Here.
Kennedy,
Here.
Micah,
Here.
Hash,
Here.
Moon, Carr,
Here.
President Nettmeyer.
Here, that completes the roll, and we have a quorum. Let's please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everybody, we will begin our meeting with number 3 on our agenda. It's Justice Willow Springs Water Commission report. I see that we have our water commissioner present. Thank you for being here. Jane Manella.
Good evening, everyone. You have the report in your packet. I'm assuming that everybody has reviewed it. The biggest issue that we have at this point is that damage from the commission water main, so I'm here to answer any questions. In case we have technical.
So can you give us the status on the repairs on that?
The status on the repair is that the canal water main, there's 2 crossings underneath the canal. Under the canal, about 15 feet off the base, about 17 feet deep. We sent divers, and we are in the process of cutting open the water main to send the camera through, probably on Monday. It's all uncovered and up.
Is there a schedule on when you think it?
All material has been ordered. If you just give us a- When it's restored, the specifics of the water main will be pressure sensitive and fluoridated, so it will not affect our residents any further. We won't even know what the effect is. It's actually a spot repair. The attorney for the water commission and Walsh Construction has made an agreement signed of a waiver release to the water commission, so that we are not responsible for any cost for the cost of the water, and it's about 430 feet of new water.
Colleen is an excellent negotiator in these circumstances. She always gets more from the water commission than probably yes, anyone else would.
We wouldn't stop at the spot repair. And another thing is that, you know, people, if you're kind of leery, won't say it was in the canal, at no point, the rumors of the canal water. That's why we are kind of, little nervous about it. Then no point was any, water quality at risk. The boiler that was issued was strictly as a precautionary due to the pressure loss. The Village of Willow Springs, north of the canal, is currently receiving water from the Little Ridge, and it will remain that way until the water is repaired.
And then Walsh will pay for that water as well.
Walsh will pay for all the water loss, all the water from the ridge.
Colleen, I didn't hear everything, but we're getting our water from the ridge.
Like north side.
Is that, my water is now, pressure is down by 25%. That one,
That is normal.
Okay.
Yes.
because I had a new water meter put in a month or so, and maybe the guy turned it down, the bridge.
He may have. I don't want to start getting water from the ridge on the north side. And my observation. Due to those elevations, we're not getting water from the ridge. So hard for us to control because of that.
Good, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you so much. Anybody? Thank you both so much for the information.
Okay, we'll move on to number 4. We have presentations this evening from Connor and Gallagher. We have 2 members here. We will be listening to presentations on our health insurance renewal and our property insurance renewal for 2025. And then, as you can see later down in the agenda, we will be taking action on those renewals. But now we have Bob Flenick here to talk to us about the property piece of it. Thank you.
And President Village Trustees, yeah. This year, we did better expectations. With their insurance, with the bill. They were going with ICER and again this year, right, now, 600 municipalities get it. This program only needs them. Things that will also offer that. If they want specific training. The village has taken quite use of the training and paid off in loss prevention initiatives, public safety, and all parts actually been using it. And I think it was all of them showing on the wall. Check. The rate increases that we're seeing this year are equal to or less than what we're seeing in Illinois, based upon the loss we have. Our losses have been excellent. And then next year, our strategy is going to take it back up to the marketplace. What that means is we're going to go to the other carriers who may be interested in looking at this. Just one issue, we're like, anyone else have any questions regarding what you see? Sure.
When I was looking at the property insurance, I was really taken back by a 40% increase in workman's comp.
Address that for you. There's 2 things that occurred this year on there. First off, with a 17% increase in our payrolls that are associated with it. Workers' compensation works this way. It's the payroll on the rate above our premium. Payrolls that we're using this year are 17% increase over last year. Next, what we have is there's also what's known as an experience modification number. What that is, it's basically an average of how are we doing compared to other municipalities in the world. A rate of 1 means we're 100% completely average. 0.7, for example, means we're 30% better, or conversely, 1.3 means we're 30% worse than others. We were better than 1 last year. We were 19% better last year. Because of a couple of losses that we had, we went up to 1%. So we added 17% plus that, ultimately coming out with a loss increase number that we have. And it's as simple as the fewer losses we have in the future, the better that number becomes, which also leads to lower premiums, or lower premiums, I should say. The payrolls always be there. This is a lot of the policy. Whatever the payrolls we use is that rate times the payrolls. So if we use less payroll, we have a lower premium in theory as long as it's things. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Any other questions? Appreciate your time. I'm going to introduce Jessica Cernovich, who's from our employee benefits team. Please.
Thank you. Hi, Jesse. Thank you for being here.
My name is Jessica Cernovich. I'm part of benefits here at Gallagher. So this year I just have to update you on the renewal as well as the current market dynamics. So we typically see trend at about 70% each year. That would mean kind of healthcare costs goes up each year. So your policy is not underwritten as people under the that means that you are rated and those rates do not be negotiated. With Blue Cross this year, we've been seeing an average of 20% increases. So I'm happy to share with you guys that while any increases is ideal, happy that you're on the lower end of those increases. With that, there were a couple of medicine changes. They're highlighted in red.
So there's slight increases in some of the non-fuel focus. That's just part of the cost and control. Also with that is the advocate help is leading the HMO network. So you might see some migration in the HMO to PPO, if you have employees utilize it. About 5% decrease on the level. And then we also got, reductions from all of them. So vision, food life, and disability, you'll not see any benefit changes or any increase.
And I'll just add off of what Jesse has said, is that change with advocate not being part of the HMO is a global change with Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's not something that's unique to Willow Springs. And so with that, we already have started to notify our participants, realizing that of any changes here, that's probably the one that might be the most consequential for us.
Does that mean if they decide to go with the advocate? Or they can't, if they go with the advocate, they have to go to the Blue Cross or your own government PPO.
We have a PPO plan, and if you really want to go see as a provider, it's
I noticed that a lot of the co-pays and everything went up, and that was, I'm guessing, a decision we made versus what you had to offer, or is that a result of what the plan offers?
yeah.
How did that happen?
In your market setting, the plan design, you don't really have any. And that was the renewal plan.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Thank you. Thank you both for your presentations, and as I said, we will consider these further on down our agenda and action items. So for our next item of business, I will move to disposition of previous minutes. We have board pack minutes for October 24th, 2024. May I have a motion to approve those?
I'll make that motion.
By trustee Kennedy, second by trustee Micah. Discussion or questions on the minute? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Hash,
Aye.
Moon, Carr.
All ayes and those minutes are approved. Let's move to number 7, village clerk report. Clerk Charles.
I have no report this evening.
Thank you. Reports of officials, village engineer. Village clerk,
There's no report this evening.
Eric, village treasurer. Village treasurer, Dan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Just a quick point is, we looked at the October numbers and, we're continuing to, proceed just as we did last month, so, I want to jinx ourselves, but I think we're very good.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dan. We'll move to reports of standing committees, finance and administration, trustee Ara.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to approve item 91, warrant 24-0-18, dated November 14th, 2024, as payroll and employment expenses totaling $387,272.81.
That's the motion by trustee Ara. Is there a second? By trustee Carr. Discussion on the warrants, anyone?
This warrant is for about 3 weeks. We're in that transition period again. So it contains 2 payroll periods that account for over 60% of warrants. Some of the larger invoices are, a couple of them are routine, which is garbage waste and insurance. And then the only outlier that's an approved project was the finishing up of the HVAC furnace for the community center. And then all 3 of those account for about 25% of the warrant.
Okay. Thank you for that. Anyone discussion on the warrant? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Hash,
Aye.
Moon,
Aye.
Carr.
All ayes and the warrants are approved. Thank you, trustee Ara. We will move to public safety committee, trustee Kennedy.
Yeah, I have something. I just wanted to say thank you to our police department for honoring Corporal McKinney and his family. He did an incredible job. You can pass that on for him.
Absolutely. Honestly, it just
The only thing to add is to thank everybody who supported us. The turnout was great. I can't think of a jurisdiction in our vicinity that did not send somebody to the funeral, which is outstanding. But I also have to acknowledge, Corporal Mike Prohaska and, Lieutenant Mike Jurek, who kind of put everything together. Mike Prohaska actually was working on the police department. So he was trained in all the things that we had to do during those events. He did a great job pulling it together very, very quickly, short. So very happy with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah, I will share Corporal Ed McKinney passed away last week, and so the services that they're speaking of were for Corporal Ed McKinney. And the services were beautiful, and the police department did a wonderful job of putting together honor guard and also escorts for the services for the funeral. So it was just an outpouring of support for Ed, who we really appreciated and was very much a part of. Thank you both for that.
That concludes my report.
If nothing more from Public Safety, we'll move to Municipal Buildings and Grounds Committee. Trustee Micah?
Thank you, Madam President. If anybody who's interested in buying a Christmas tree, we put them here in the village circle here, and you can purchase them for $100, and they have to be decorated by November 22nd. So looking to see them all up out there for the Christmas party. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Micah. Public Works, Trustee Bosch?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would also like to thank everybody involved in that funeral and wake. And, Director Brandon did a great job of putting your crew together as one to pay their respects also. Nice touch. We talked today, the only item I have is for anybody here, or if you can talk to your neighbors. There is a problem with leaves as far as where you're putting your leaves. If you don't have gutters, you have curbs, they have to stay up on the grass side of the curb. If you do have gutters, we appreciate it if you push it back farther away from the street, because with the rain, we're in trouble with the standing water. And the ditch is not running, so if you can pass that on, I don't know if we can ourselves. It was in the newsletter, it's been in there every year that can't have any sewers obstructed. They will drag them to where they need them, so we appreciate that. You don't have anything? That is my report.
Thank you for that, Trustee Posh, and great work during this busy season with the leaves. I know it's Groundhog Day, I'm sure, every day, because it's a lot of work. So thank you for the excellent job that you're doing with that. We'll move to License and Franchise Committee. Trustee Moon?
Thank you, Madam President. I have no report tonight.
Okay, thank you. Building and Zoning Committee, Trustee Carr?
We had a busy October, 35 permits. Construction costs, appropriated $710,146. That resulted in permit fees of $21,174. For the first 10 months of this year, we issued 267 permits with a construction value of $6,210,528.22, resulting in permit fees of $166,632. So kind of a busy year. That concludes my report here.
Thank you, Trustee Carr. We will move now to action items. First, before us, we have motion to approve the Connor and Gallagher Health Insurance Renewal Policy for the calendar year of 2025. And what this is, a health insurance policy that we heard presented. So may I have a motion to approve that renewal as presented?
So moved.
By Trustee.
Second.
We'll say the motion by Trustee Posh and the second by Trustee Micah. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Cash,
Aye.
Moon, Car.
All right, and that's approved. Thank you. And next we have the motion to approve Connor and Gallagher property insurance renewal policy for the calendar year of 2025, and that is the property insurance renewal that we heard as presented. May I have a motion to approve that? By trustee Ara, second by trustee Moon. Discussion or questions? Hearing nothing, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Cash, Moon, Car.
All ayes, and that is approved. Thank you very much for that. Thank you again for our representatives from Gallagher for your work on these renewals. Appreciate it. Finally, for action items, we have action to consider rezoning the property located at 8290 Archer Avenue from a B1 community shopping district to R2 multifamily residence in order to construct a two-story building with 4 units and to request a variance for the units to be 1,680 square feet in lieu of 1,800 square feet. As a background, there was a planning and zoning hearing on this last week. And that hearing, as I am told, went very positive. Members of the public participated. And after hearing the plan, it was met with support from public participation as well as the board. The board unanimously has recommended approval of this variance. And I want to highlight that the 2 variances, as we're considering them, are to be a zoning change from B1 to R2, and then also a square footage variance, as we had mentioned, from 1,800 to 1,680. Do we have property owners here tonight present? Thank you for being here, and thank you for being at the hearing as well. Very much appreciate you being here. I want to just add for clarification that the 1,800 square footage requirement is actually for R3. So with the R2, you far exceed what's required with the 1,680. So that variance technically wasn't actually required, but thank you for meeting that, and you far exceed what is required. And from what I can see from the plan designs, it's a real positive quality construction. Yes, but I think the community and the adjacent property owners can be very happy. Thank you for all of that. With that background, I will ask for a motion to approve. And when I do that, we also want to consider that we will accompany it with ordinance number 2024-0-18. So that ordinance number just encompasses what we are approving tonight. May I have that motion?
I'll make that motion.
By trustee Micah, and I have a second by trustee Moon. Is there discussion from the board on this? No?
One quick question. I want to say it right now, and I can see what's presently at that. Company in Danvers on Archer Avenue. So if you folks can tell me what's there presently?
Single family residence.
I'm sorry.
Single family residence.
Okay. The building that's there already, you'll notice it because it has a pool in the front.
Yes.
Got it.
As the property owners, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us about your project or design that's being considered? Yes, we have seen all those. Just didn't know if there was anything else you wanted to share. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Any more questions from the board?
Yeah. Neighbors were all okay with the variance and
Yeah, actually, the adjacent neighbor, as I understand, was at the hearing. I was not myself there, but heard that the adjacent neighbor was there and there's project being presented.
It was nice to see the building being requested and being built within the code and setbacks and everything else, so it was really presented well. You did a great job of putting something together for us. I'm looking forward to seeing you build.
Okay, if there's nothing else, I'll ask for a roll call, vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Cash,
Aye.
Moon,
Aye.
Car.
All ayes, and that is approved. That completes our action items. Is there any old business that the board wishes to discuss?
Yeah, I'd like to ask the chief on the new So we're gonna put it in now. When do you expect them to go?
We've actually got 4 that are up and in effect as we speak. The other 2, we have to get permission and permits, which we get to use. Right now, it is up and running, and, matter of fact, I sent a check out today.
The other thing, where we have the old turnaround, we have less problems with the sign out there.
I don't think we're having less problems, but what I can tell you is we're absolutely killing it as far as tickets go. Every day on the CAD. That beat, when they're not on an assignment, is sitting there waiting to see what people make. Citations and sometimes warnings, you want to be nice. We're working on it as hard as we can, but it's, you know, until IDOT comes through, this is what we have to do.
And I can speak to the IDOT piece of that as well. I'm speaking with the engineer. The timeline is obvious. It's not surprising that the timeline is not on schedule. So it's going to take them longer to complete that project than anticipated. So now knowing that, we are working with them to try and come up with an alternative, and because we know that.
I know it's about to go down to the street and come back up on highway to the relief.
Can you, ask them that all those cones are just about gone? You ask I got to put the new ones up.
I can speak with them about that and any other things that we think might help, certainly.
Thank you.
Any other old business the board wishes to discuss? New business? Public comment? Okay, we have no need for executive session tonight, so I'll move into village president report. As we've heard during the public safety report, and sad to report about the passing of Corporal McKinney, and our condolences to his family, and our thanks again to everybody who worked to give him a beautiful send off. Our condolences again. Also, I want to mention that Cher Gear, who worked in our front office and was a longtime resident of Willow Springs, passed away. So our condolences to her family. Cher Gear. In lighter news, LT football, the varsity team, is doing outstanding. I don't know if anybody's following, but they are undefeated right now, having an unprecedented season, making history, that varsity team. And many members of the team are Willow Springs residents, so really happy for them. They have a game this weekend. It's the semifinals, I believe, versus Naperville Central. So best of luck to them in their quest to make it to state. On Saturday at 7 p.m., we have Lioness Ugly Sweater Bingo. I think their doors open at 6 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. So if you'd like to play bingo in an ugly Christmas sweater, that's the place to do it. It'll be a fun time. Also want to announce that if anybody is interested in free basket training, we are hosting free basket training, and that's sort of geared towards our businesses who want to bring their servers into compliance, but also certainly any residents are welcome to join for free basket training. That'll be next Thursday, 11/21 at 6 p.m. here at the hall. And I think that program is 4 hours long. So it's a bit of. Oh, thank you. I apologize. So basket training is a certification that you need to serve alcohol. And so it's something that we offer as a service to our businesses because their servers must be certified. So just something that we try to do and hope it's found useful. Also, a lot of people who are volunteers and serve get that certification as well. You can sign up by calling the Village Hall. And finally, I don't know if this was mentioned, but Winterfest next Saturday is going to be a fun time. It opens at 3, or it's at the Royalty West across the street. 3 to 4 is for special needs, and then from 4 to 7 is for the general public. Kids get a free picture of Santa. There's magicians, balloons, crafts, and a good time. So after that, we will move the party over to here at 7:30 for our tree lighting and fire. So if you can, please join us for that. And as I said, that's next Saturday. That is all I have for President's report. So if nothing else, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Trustee Moon is making the motion to adjourn, and we have a second by Trustee Kennedy. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Thank you very much. This meeting is adjourned at 7:30.